Subsequent to the previous extrapolation, the ubiquity of nominalizations embedded within academic pontification at the intersection of reader cynicism and irritability. Have you ever been assigned something to read in class? Maybe a scholarly article, and the author wrote in such a way that was so abstract and dense. It was challenging to get through it and also difficult to take in all the information that was in it, as brilliant as it might have been. And have you ever thought, why did the author choose to write this way? Why did they use so many multisyllabic words? Surely there must be another way to get this information across. Hi, I'm Lisa, and I'm a student of Athabasca University's Master of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies Writing and New Media program. And I am collaborating with the university's Writing Support Center, the Write Site, to create these videos that explore different approaches to the writing process that can help us become more effective academic communicators. As students, we're often under a lot of pressure to perform at a certain level, and as a result, we may lose sight of the reasons why we are writing an academic paper in the first place. And that is to explore the ideas that make us curious and to share that curiosity with others. We may view our academic writing as just another assignment and forget that it's actually a form of communication.
I think sometimes novice writers forget. They often are just writing to their teacher or their professor. All right. And they should never do that. They should always be writing to some reader that they imagine in their head, who they want to try to attract to read this, to care about their work, which will then help them with so many things, because they will then have to explain more, because they know the teacher knows something about them that anonymous reader doesn't. They're writing and with more detail, with more thought, with more interest, with more engagement.
In our last video, we learned that by engaging with ideas and exploring knowledge that is meaningful to us as students can help us engage in the writing process. And curiously enough, some strategies to help us become engaging academic communicators come from places that may surprise you.
You know, you should have fun doing this. If you're not having fun doing this, then you really shouldn't be writing it. You know.
More fun? I like fun.
There is nothing worse than having to write about something you're not interested in. It belabors the process, it makes things challenging, and it's not fun or motivating to engage in. Therefore, the easiest papers to write are those that are interesting to the writer. Cultivating this fun factor is a way to create a personal investment in the topic, and this can make the writer feel engaged and inspired, making the writing process much smoother.
How we engage with our writing process impacts our ability to effectively communicate in academic writing. The goal of academic communication is to convey your ideas to others in a way that is interesting and engaging.
The moment you put things on paper, there's a moment of looking even at it and saying, is that really what I wanted to say? And then there's an internal process, and then there's an external process. And, you know, it's this internal and external dialogue that allows us to get closer and closer to articulation.
It's important that writers write. And the more that you engage with language, the more you engage with sentence structure, the more you engage with the rhythms of language and thinking about it, it all contributes to you as a writer. And you learn across genres. You know, the idea of detail It counts in academic writing, it counts in fiction writing, it counts in poetry, counts in report writing. If you're being general, you are not really saying as much as you need. So that whole idea of separating writing into different pools and saying, well, that's not going to help me here. The mere fact that you are exercising your writing muscles, as I would say, is going to contribute to whatever writing you sit down to do. For me, all writing is creative. And also, I believe all writing is personal. But it also, if you're writing for others, it has to be crafted. So yeah, so that idea of playfulness and playing with language, bringing in story, bringing in metaphor, all those fiction devices used well in academic writing work. Consider the poor reader.
Today we learned how considering both our writer selves and our readers can contribute to more meaningful academic writing. In our next video, we'll be taking a closer look at how creative writing techniques can make our academic communication more impactful, engaging, and maybe just a little more fun. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you then.